And we're gonna go in and get started on some yoga. So I'm gonna come back to my mat, glasses, and see if I can actually see anything from here. Ashley, I'm glad you're here. I hope you're still here if you haven't left yet. It's a little slower than what you're used to, yoga, I think, but I hope that you'll enjoy it. And just really quick, you guys, I was actually reading. I'm going to post this on YouTube, and I do want it to be kid-friendly, so I'm not going to say the whole title of the book. My kids call The Bad Donkey Book, You're a Bad Donkey at Making Money. You guys know it, by Jen Sincero. And it just really jumped out at me where she says, faith strengthens your relationship with universal intelligence. And of course, that's however you define universal intelligence. Instead of expecting yourself to have all the answers, you're leaping into the unknown, fully trusting that universal intelligence has your back. This is why I love her. Here it comes, you dog. I know you're going to catch me. Your past and present knowledge of reality is being tossed aside for something that doesn't exist yet. If you didn't have faith that the universe had something awesome in store for you, was there for you, and was, smarter than you wouldn't let go of your present truth. So that just really resonated with me today, because your past and present knowledge of reality is being tossed aside for something that doesn't exist yet. And I think, in spite of how hard it is to see it, there are good things coming for all of us. I think every day it gets a little harder. The announcement about the kids being out of the school the rest of the academic year was a tough one to take yesterday. But we are rolling forward, and we are going to do the best that we can for our family. And I know that you guys are doing the best you can for yours. And in the end, it's going to work out. I also found out yesterday that my yoga studio, my yoga home, is closing down for 30 days. And that was a hard thing to hear too. So I'm a praying person. If you are a praying person, I hope that we will all lift each other up. And all I can know is that what did she say? Existing things that don't even exist yet. Reality, your past and present knowledge of reality is being tossed aside for something that doesn't actually exist yet. So have faith that whatever exists for you in this next season is going to be the right thing for you. As Jen from Shine Yoga, my yoga studio, says, everything always works out in my favor. And that might be hard to really grab a hold of right now, but I have to cling to that. And I hope that some of you guys can too. So let's do some yoga. Yeah, I know I'm late, but I just thought that was important to say. Let go of your fear and anxiety, and have faith that whatever's coming just doesn't exist yet. So, but it's there. Come to your comfortable seated position. Take a deep breath in. Just bring your focus, bring your awareness into your body. And just take a minute in silence. The awareness is wholly on the breath. I've talked about a couple different ways of deep breathing, where you breathe in your belly, and where your belly expands, and then your chest expands, and your ribs come apart, and the shoulders raise, and you fill the whole torso with air. If that's what you want to focus on, take it, roll with it. If you're familiar with the central channel breathing, just imagining a white light above your head as the breath coming in through the crown of the head and behind the eyes, into the throat, into your heart center. And then as it leaves the body, it goes out through the bottom, through your lower half of your body, through the core, through where you meet the earth. And right now, if that's your sitting bones, it's fine. If you feel it through your feet, that's great too. And then as you inhale from the earth up through the core into the heart space, and then exhaling out through the head. But just bringing your focus, taking like a big collective deep breath in, and then exhaling all the stress and tension, feeling just the earth is breathing. She's getting a break. We're getting a break. One way or another, whether it's insanely stressful, it's still a moment to slow, to quiet your amygdala, that fear center. Don't let it guide you. That's false guide. The amygdala is great when you're being chased by a tiger, but it will tell you lies this week. The media will tell you things that I won't call them lies necessarily, but there are things that aren't true. And whether we know it's absolutely true or not, just sit in your own truth. Know what you have going on around you and quiet your mind and find that space where you can get creative to solve your problems, to accept that a new reality is coming, and that's okay. That's okay. Next time you inhale, feel your spine long and tall, shoulders over the sitting bones. If you want to place a blanket under your tailbone or under your hips, it might open up the opportunity for the hips to open up a little bit. Allow your breath to return to normal. As you exhale, drop the right ear to the right shoulder. One thing, guys, stay where you are. If you want to extend the left arm out towards the floor, dropping the left shoulder. And then as you inhale, the head comes back up to center, the hand comes down to your lap, the left ear to the left shoulder. The right, and release the opposite arm. So the left ear comes down, the right hand can come down to the mat, a long extended arm. Stretching through the right, the right shoulder. Sorry. Inhale back up to center, release the hand. Chin comes high, stretching through the front of the neck. Don't, want to fall back. I can't even do that hurts me. Don't allow the head to fall too far back. Just feel a stretch in the front of the neck. Feel it in the throat. The next time you inhale, take a nice big deep breath and just feel that air. Right through the throat, all the way down into your heart space, expanding your lungs. And then exhale, fold the chin into the chest. Keep the spine nice and tall, shoulders square. Feel that stretch through the back, not just through the neck, but through the back. We're going to roll the right ear toward the right shoulder and come back. As you exhale, we're just doing circles, very, very gentle. As the left ear crosses the left shoulder and the head comes forward, exhale. Take your time, really articulate through each muscle in the neck. Very, very slow movement. Keeping the spine tall and the shoulders over the hips. You can bring the chin down any way it's comfortable. This is going to be a slow one today, I think, y'all. Come back into center. We're going to go to the other side. So dropping the right ear to the right shoulder, come forward and follow the breath. The sun has gone behind the clouds. And I just had a few minutes to sit before class. I just feel like a nice anxiety releasing session is in order. So allow some of that tension to work out. You might feel on each passing tension releases just a little more. Come on back to center when you're at the bottom of the exhale. We're going to do the same with our hips now. So with the whole torso. So sitting up nice and tall in the inhale, you guys know how to do this. Fold forward as you exhale. First to the right. The whole torso just originating way down the movement, way down deep into the hips. And then think about your breath. Exhaling as you fold forward. It should be pretty natural. You should sort of feel the air pushed out as you come forward. And then when you come back, there's space. So take a nice deep breath in. One more exhale. Then come back up to center. We're gonna switch our feet. So my right leg is on top. I'm gonna move that and stretch it out a second because it feels good. I'm gonna put my left leg on top. We're gonna sit up nice and tall, inhaling, and we're gonna fold forward. We're gonna go to the left this time. Oh yeah, does it feel a little bit different than the other side? This side is always tighter for me. Feel that breath pushed out of the body as you come forward, and allow the space as you come back to take a nice deep breath in. This is a very slow, very gentle movement. You can keep the back long and tall, or you can round it if that's more comfortable for you. You can even, I tend to keep my neck a little more straight. If you want a little bit of something for your neck, you can allow it to sort of come around with the body. Let's do one more exhale. And then come back up to center. Take a nice deep breath in. Really feel that torso. Bring the ears up, the shoulders up to the ears, down to the floor. Bring them in close. Give yourself a hug. Go ahead and round your back. If you want to literally wrap your arms around yourself, feel that squeeze, feel that hug. Feel those shoulder blades blade apart. This is an active pose. And then inhale, bring the crown of the head up, release the arms if you crossed them. Bring the hands down by your hips. We're gonna rock the pelvis forward just a little. Bring the shoulder blades together and allow an opening through the chest. If you want to take your gaze up, that universal intelligence, you can tap into it, whether it's God or spirit or whatever it is for you. Be thankful for the things that are coming, the joy and the peace that you will find eventually. And then exhale the shoulders back, release the hands, come back up to a neutral spine. Let's go ahead and bring the bottoms of the feet together, coming into a bound angle. Stretch it out. If you need to stretch it out and shake it out and wiggle your hips or your legs or whatever kind of works for you, pedal them out. And then go ahead and bring the bottoms of the feet together. We're going to fold for a moment. I just want you to feel it. So right now, like I'm leaning back a little bit, just rocking my pelvis. If you want to pull the flesh away from the sitting bones, sometimes that's comfortable. Take a nice inhale, sitting straight up. Rock your pelvis around, drop the knees, walk the feet out if you need to, wherever you're comfortable, whatever works. And we're going to gently fold forward. And then exhale, allow the back to round, allow the head to drop. Release the neck. And rest here for a moment in a nice forward fold. This is great for opening up the hips. I know y'all are doing your cardio, right? So you want your hips nice and open. We're gonna inhale up gently and slowly, and then let's extend the legs out. We're gonna do our wide-legged fold. Somebody specifically requested some help with their hips. Guess what? So the wide-legged fold, very simply, your legs are just out. Think about the knees and the toes pointing up to the sky. You don't have to keep an active flex the whole time, but maybe feel how that feels for you, even maybe pulling the heels off the ground. And then let's just inhale, sitting up nice and tall, the arms come up overhead, and allow the body to fold forward. Rock forward from your hips, and then allow the rest of the body to come down, rounding the back and releasing the head. Come to your edge. You want to feel that active stretch here. Maybe point your toes or flex your toes, whatever feels good, or just relax them. That's okay too. If you find when you inhale, your body has to make that space and you come up out of the pose a little, that's okay. As you exhale, reach forward and fold, maybe a little deeper. We're very gently going to walk around to the right foot. So just walking the hands around to the legs, doing a nice It's almost a twist. If you want to take your left hand and reach toward the outer edge of your right ankle, you can feel that gentle twist in your spine. We are actually going to do a twist next, I think. So this is a great warm up for that. So the focus is down towards the knee. And then let's take this left hand, walk the right hand down the leg to where you're comfortable. If you guys can see me on Facebook. My left hand is up overhead now, so I'm coming into a nice side stretch. Bringing the right hand down to maybe to the big toe or the instep or your arches or wherever it's comfortable. The left hand is extended. Let's inhale up. We're just going to reverse, take both arms out to the side in a T. We're going to do the opposite on the other side. So we're going to reach towards the left leg. Right arm comes up overhead. It's going to feel tighter than the last one did. This is a little bit of a reversal. Oh, feel that nice stretch all the way through the right side body. Check in with your toes and your knees. They can be soft and relaxed. And then let it fold, turning towards the leg. If you want to take the right hand on the outside of the left ankle, if you want to bring that left hand behind you, that's fine, or you can rest it on your leg, wherever you're comfortable, and then just rest into it. Don't hold your breath, always breathe. And then let's walk it back to center. Coming back to this nice, gentle, wide-legged stretch. Inhale the crown of the head up to the sky, engage the core, coming back to center. We're gonna bring the right foot, so bend the knees in front of you, legs are together. We're gonna tuck the right knee under, so bringing your right heel in towards your left sitting bone, taking the left foot outside the right knee. So we're going to a twist. It sounds more complicated than it is. Taking the right hand and kind of just hooking it around this left knee. Inhale the left arm up overhead. Take your focus behind you. Bring that left hand down by your hip. And you can even use your left hand, your back hand, as a little bit of a kickstand. Maybe pushing through to straighten up the spine. Maybe pushing through to deepen the stretch a little bit. Twists, twists are great for your body. Take a nice deep breath in. Exhale, see if you can twist a little deeper. And then release. Let's go ahead and do a little counter twist the other side, very gentle, just for a second. And then release. Release the legs, knees are together and bent in front of your body. Take a hold of this left ankle, bring it in towards your right bum. The right foot steps outside the left knee. And then we're gonna grab the right leg with our left hand, inhaling the right arm up overhead, nice giant windmill. You're not knocking into something behind you. And whatever you did on the other side, you want to do on this side as well. So take a nice deep breath in, sitting up nice and tall, using that back hand as a kickstand, and exhale. Stretch out that spine. This is great for digestion. I know we are all emotional eating. Like, y'all, don't tell me you're not. It's crazy. If you're not, like, you are like a genius or a saint or something. Go ahead and release the hands. And then do like a little counter twist there. I can't say I'm emotional eating, but I'm certainly not eating on schedule or any kind of routine or any like necessary nutritional whatever. So twists are great for your digestion. So do it. Do some twists. All right, let's shake out the legs. We're gonna come on up to standing. My time always goes by so fast. It's 1:25 current time. So I'm probably gonna go about another 10 to 15 minutes. So I'm running over just a little bit, but I did a lot of talking today, sorry. So come to your mountain pose. We're gonna go into our sun salutation. We might have some variations in there a little bit. I wanna work the spine, I wanna work your hips. Take a moment, come to your mountain pose. Your big toes are a little bit together, heels are a little bit splayed, not a whole lot. Relax the knees, roll the tailbone down to the floor, hands come to heart center, drop the shoulders. We're gonna inhale up. And exhale, fold forward, coming into your standing forward bend. We didn't spend a whole lot of time on the backs of our legs. We did our wide-legged stretch, which is better probably for your hips. So just take a moment here. If you want to rock forward on your toes a little bit, maybe even lift up for a second. Let's take a nice deep breath in, come up halfway with a flat back. And exhale, fold forward. We're going to step back into our lunge, leading with the right. So bend your knees a little bit. I'm just shifting so I'm sitting on my mat. Bend your knees a little bit, hands down to the mat, and step back with the right foot. Take your time getting there. Y'all, I'm feeling tight. There should be a nice stretch through this front hip here, nice strength through your left. What am I saying? I'm sorry, the back of your left leg. Release the knee, release the toes. We're gonna bring it up, so scoop the hands up, find your balance, take a moment to find your balance, and then bring the arms directly up overhead. See if you can't push through this left knee just a little bit to really deepen through the front of your left, sorry, that's your right. So as there. Take the focus up if you can. Enjoy the stretch, y'all. Bring the hands back down to prayer position and release down to the mat. Tuck the toes under, lift the knee. Let's come up in the down dog. Stepping the left foot back to meet the right. I seem to be having trouble with my left and right today, y'all. And I don't know what the camera's doing, so if we're doing the same thing or not, I have no idea. In down dog, bring your thumb, the weight between your thumb and your forefinger might shift you a little bit. Bring the shoulder blades apart. Bring some space to the back. Reach the heels toward the floor, but reach the sitting bones high to the sky. Feel that tension in the back of your legs. We're gonna roll over, coming into plank. So lower the hips, high on the toes. Go ahead and drop your knees. Release the toes down so the tops of the feet are on the mat. I want you to drop your hips just a little. Bring your focus up, a little bit of a round back, coming into cobra. You're advanced, you want to go into your up dog, that's fine, whatever works for you. But our knees are down right now. Let's push the hips back. And tabletop, tuck the toes, push it back, push the hips back up to down dog. Rest here for a moment. And then we're gonna look between the hands. We're gonna step the right foot forward between the hands, coming back into that low lunge. Take a moment here. Feel a nice, strong, flat back. Then drop that left knee, release the toes, so the top of the foot is on the mat. Swoop it up, bring the focus up. Take your time getting there. This is a balancing pose too. Give yourself some grace and some time. Continue to breathe. Feel that nice stretch through the front of the left thigh and the left hip. Hands come down to heart center. And then hands frame the foot. Tuck the toes, lift the knee, and gently and slowly step forward into your forward fold. Exhale. The top of the head comes down towards the floor. If you want to bend the knees and release the lower back. Oh, it feels so good. And then we're going to inhale, straightening the legs, half flat back, halfway lift. And then exhale, fold forward again. Enjoy it. And then inhale the arms up overhead and reverse swan dive. If you want to add a little back bend, palms together, down to heart center. Come into your mountain pose. Tadasana. Ta-da! Here we are. And take a moment, shake it out. If you need to get a quick sip of water, you can do that. I'm actually going to do that myself and check in with who's here. Hi, Tessa. Melody and Jenny. Hey, Frank, are you doing yoga with us, Frank? That's awesome. I'm so excited y'all are here. All right, what time is it? Okay, so we're gonna do one more sun salutation. We're gonna lead on the left side. We're gonna go a little bit faster because the next thing we do, we're just gonna go back down to the mat. So you guys have all done the sun salutation now. You kind of know what it looks like. Let's go a little bit more quickly. So come to your mountain pose. Take a moment here. We're just resetting, preparing. Bring hands to heart center. Thumbs are locked. Inhale, come up overhead, slight back bend if that's in your practice, and then exhale, fold forward. Take a moment here. Next time you inhale, halfway lift, flat back, and then exhale, fold forward. We're going to bring the hands down to the mat. So if you need to bend the knees, that's fine. Step back with the left foot coming into that lunge. Take a minute, find your flat back, find your balance, find your focus. Drop the knee, release the toes, hands to heart center for just a moment. And then let's lift them up overhead. Take a minute. Breathe into that back hip, that left side. Exhale, heart center, back down to the mat. Lift, tuck the toes, lift the knee, come into your down dog. Stretching here from the heels all the way to the sitting bones, the weight between the thumb and the forefinger. Check your shoulders, they're away from your ears, the neck is relaxed. Take a nice deep breath in, exhale, roll into your plank, dropping the hips, coming up on the feet. Nice active pose. This is an important pose for working your core. Drop the knees, release the feet down to the tops of the feet on the mat. Drop your hips. Coming into a nice gentle back bend. If you want to take the focus up, that's fine. If that works for you, that's in your practice. And then tuck the toes, back up to the knees, and let's push it back up to down dog. Rest here for a moment. Find your stretch, and then bring the focus between the palms. We're going to step forward with the left foot. Take a moment here, nice flat back. Extend the neck. Release the knee, release the toes. Let's bring the palms to heart center, and then come up. Bring the arms up overhead. I don't know if y'all can hear my dogs. I think they're going crazy too. And then hands back to heart center. Frame that left foot. Lift tuck the toes and lift the knee. We're going to step it forward, back into our forward fold. If you're feeling strong, take the arms directly up overhead and a nice flat back, bringing them directly up overhead or reverse swan dive. Nice back bend if that's in your practice. Hands back to heart center and release. Tadasana. And shake it off. Let's come back down to the mat and come onto your backs. Oh, let me see if I forgot anything I really wanted to do. Nope, we're good. So flat on your back. Get comfortable for a moment. Get centered. Let's do legs up the wall. But you don't have to be up the wall. Gosh, I hope you guys can see me. We're gonna bend the knees. If shoulder stand is in your practice, go ahead and give yourself a good shoulder stand. I'm just gonna do my legs up. So my knees are bent. I'm gonna start with my right leg, extending straight up into the air, pushing through the bottom of the foot, parallel to the ceiling. And then bring it back down. We're just warming it up. The left leg comes up, extending. Really feel it, the very active back of the leg here. This isn't so much about stretching, it's about just warming it up and finding that spot where it's directly up towards the ceiling. And then we're just gonna do both legs and we're just gonna hold it for a minute. Knees are not locked. You might want a slight bend in the knee. feel like you're standing on the ceiling. If you have shoulder stand and you want to push up into your shoulder stand, that's okay too. That's a great inversion to be practicing right now. I'm gonna come out of my shoulder stand. If you are resting or relaxing at home or even just watching TV, like seriously, put your legs up the wall. I don't have wall space right here, but you can just put your legs up a wall, and this is a type of inversion. And then go ahead and bring the bottoms of the feet down to the mat. Shake it out a little bit, release the legs all the way down to the mat. We're gonna come into fish now. Now it's real important that you don't put too much weight on the top of your head. So the hands are palm facing down right by your side. We're gonna lift the chest a little bit. So you can push up with your shoulders, lift the chest, and then lift all the way up on your elbows, and then drop your head back and release the head down to the mat. So the weight is on your elbows. Don't put a whole lot of weight on the top of your head. This is undue stress on your neck. Fish is a great pose for immunity though, y'all. This is something I would do every day if I remember. Really stretch the front of the throat, and then using your core, lift the head, drop yourself back down. Let's tuck the knees into the chest. You want to roll around for just a minute. You want to do a quick twist, first to one side and then the other, if that's in your practice and that's something you love to do. Or maybe a happy baby where you bring the knees out to the outer side of the body and the feet are straight up to the sky. And then let's just release back down to the mat. So I know that I've run over a little bit. If you guys have to go, that's okay. We're gonna come down into our Shavasana. So legs are extended. Let the toes drop out to the corners of the mat. The arms are down by your side, palms up. The head is resting gently on the mat. If you need a pillow or a rolled up blanket under your head for support, or if you need a rolled up blanket under your knees to help with your low back, that's fine too. Bring the focus back to your breath, just like we started. If you even want to put a hand on your belly and feel the belly rise and fall, take a couple slow, deep breaths in and out. Just bringing the focus, all the awareness to the breath. If you want to breathe through that central channel, this is a great place to do that. Sometimes it's easier to feel it when you're here, since your channel is nice and straight. And then do a quick scan of your body from your toes, the balls of your feet, your arches, your heels, the ankles, your shins, your calves, your knees, your thighs, the hips, the belly, chest, the shoulders, shoulder blades, make any adjustments. Coming down the shoulders, the biceps, triceps, forearms, wrists, fingers. Coming up the head to up the neck to the jawline, the lips, the teeth, the tongue, the cheeks, the eyes, the eyebrows, the forehead, right through the crown of the head. It's just a quick mental scan, touching on each part of your body, sending a message to those places. If there's any tension there, just to release and let it go. Lots to distract or disturb you from this relaxing pose that you're in. Those thoughts are going to come. They're like a barrage these days, I'm sure. Let those thoughts in and acknowledge them. They have worth. They serve a purpose, but not right now. This isn't their time. Let them in and then let them go. Clouds in a blue sky, they're here and they're gone. And all that's left is your breath in this peaceful place that you found. I hope that you will go on and stay in this position. I'm going to come to a seated position to finish our practice. You can stay on your backs. When you're ready, I hope you'll turn to the side first, lay on your side for a moment, and then come to your seated position. But enjoy the Shavasana for just a few minutes, maybe even 10 or 15 minutes. It's not a lot in the course of a day. Enjoy it. I'm just going to close us by reading this one statement one more time because I just love it. Your past and present knowledge of reality is being tossed aside for something that doesn't exist yet. You have to have faith. This is not a direct quote. You have to have faith that the universe has something awesome in store for you. The universe is there for you. It's smarter than you. So if you can let go of your present truth and get ready for that amazing reality that doesn't quite exist yet, something wonderful is coming. Any tension or fear, take a deep breath in and then let the tension and fear go out of your mouth, a nice forceful breath. Enjoy your Shavasana for a few more minutes, and thank you so much for coming. I very much appreciate you being here. Have a great day. Namaste. Thank you all again for coming, for visiting. The video later, it'll be posted, it'll be up all day. Let me